into it. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Canning. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer. I have an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7 figure CEOs. However, I also have a mission, and that mission includes you, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. I am here to help you make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you the journey, but just know right now I'm living my best life and working my best business in Mexico. All right. Now, Blog Talk has already been released for today. You already know the topic for the week. The topic is creating influence, the blueprint. Okay. Why am I talking about the blueprint? Because of my love of Issa Rae, okay? I loved her from the HBO special Insecure. I knew about her web series, Awkward Black Girl, but I had never watched it. But I love the way that she did on Insecure. And she kind of brought that Awkward Black Girl theme into Insecure. I loved her even more when she was interviewed in 2017 for the Emmys, and she was asked, who is she rooting for? And she said, everybody Black, okay? Everybody Black. I was like, you better say that. Okay, but anyway, okay. I had the honor and the pleasure to see her live at a business conference this year. And one thing she talked about was blueprints, right? She talked about blueprints. She says successful people always have a way that they did things. They have a blueprint. If you pay attention to the blueprint, you can apply it and you can have success too, right? And then just this month, well, not October, I'm going to say the end of September, I watched a master class hosted by Issa Rae, where she was a teacher in a series, and she was talking about, developing characters, creating series and all that kind of thing. But she again brought up blueprints. She talked about the blueprints that made her successful, and then she proceeded to give us a blueprint to be successful, okay? So I got to thinking about that this weekend, and I said, what we all need right now with people slower to spend their money with you for the transformation they know they need is we all need more influence, okay? More influence. All that is like, know, and trust, okay? And what we know is people don't buy from you until they like, know, and trust you. Influence is like, know, and trust on steroids, all right? So we all need more influence. Now I went to the top 4 platforms and I found top influencers and I dissected what is their blueprint. All right, what is their blueprint? On Monday, we talked about 4 influencers and a bonus influencer and their influence and their blueprints on Facebook. Okay, so if you're interested in Facebook in particular, go back to Monday. But I'm gonna tell you this, I don't care what platform we're talking about, these blueprints can be applied to influence, period, in general. So you need to go back if you missed Monday anyway. Okay. Now, yesterday we talked about influencers on Instagram. Okay. I gave you 4 and a bonus. Again, we talked about their blueprints. Yes, they're primarily on Instagram. Go back anyway if you missed it. Even if you're not interested in Instagram, go back and figure out how you're going to apply their blueprint to wherever you are. Okay. Today, the platform of choice is TikTok. Okay. TikTok. If you don't know what TikTok is, their rise to fame is basically short form video, right? Short form video. So you can easily go viral, right? Their algorithm is meant to push content out. They love content creators, unlike other algorithms. Other algorithms are basically, especially Facebook, fix it, Jesus. Their algorithm is meant to benefit Facebook more than you, right? TikTok's algorithm came in and changed the game. If short form video was out there, but TikTok changed the game by changing the algorithm. And that algorithm prioritizes content creators. Okay, so if content is if they push it out to 300 people, by the way, I learned this from Casey Brown, I think it is. I will find her name for sure later on, but Casey is a TikTok expert. Okay, and so what she taught me about TikTok is what TikTok's algorithm does is they push it out to 300 people first. Okay, and let me tell you, when I say 300 people, I'm not talking about your friends and followers. Okay, every time you post a TikTok, it's going to net new people. And that's what y'all buy Facebook ads for, right? To go beyond your friends and people who know you. TikTok gives you that net new people for free. Okay. Now they push you out to the first 300 people. Depending on how those 300 people react to your content, they'll then push it out to 1,000. Then how that 1,000 reacts to it, they'll push it out to more and more. And they keep doing that. And that's how people easily go viral. All you have to do is create good content. You don't have to know everybody. You saw all these things that the old algorithms do not apply. So that's why TikTok is awesome sauce. Okay. Now, that's enough about the platform itself. I just thought I would share some things that I knew about TikTok and that I was taught from a creator and a person that has spent millions of dollars on TikTok ads. She manages $1 million accounts on TikTok ads. And so I wanted to pass that on to you. All right. And her name is Casey. What's Casey's name? Lord, is it not Casey Brown? And it's Casey with a K. Yes, it is Casey Brown, y'all. I had it right. See, why should I doubt myself? What? How dare I doubt myself? Anyway, getting back to it, okay? Let's get into the influencers and what their blueprints are, okay? Let's get into the influencers and what their blueprints are. These are influencers on TikTok. However, as you listen to their blueprint for influence, I want you to be thinking about how you can apply them anywhere. So don't just pigeonhole yourself into TikTok. So here we go. Charli D'Amelio, okay? Charli with an I, it is a woman, okay? She is primarily known for dancing and lifestyle content. Here is her blueprint, all right? Her blueprint is, even though her focus or her content and her genius is dance, what she does is she is not selling her dancing. She doesn't want you to hire her as a dancer. She's not teaching you how to dance. This is what she's doing. She's using her influence of people who like to watch her dance and partnering with other brands and promoting other things. Okay, so she is using her influence to partner with other people who know that their target audience is within her tribe. And so she is using her influence to be a spokesperson. Okay, so do you want to put that in your blueprint? Okay, the next person, Bryant Eslava. Okay, he is a renowned photographer and videographer, but he is known for capturing the essence of his subjects. I don't know about you, if you've ever had pictures taken or had video taken, you like, I don't know who the hell it is. It don't look like me. It's not capturing my vibe. I don't feel like that's me. All those things. He's known for doing just that, capturing exactly the essence of what you want and who you are. Okay, that's what he's known for. Check out his blueprint. His blueprint is that he shares behind the scenes. He shares tips on photography and videography, but he also shares creative insights. Because what he knows is a lot of people who do what he do don't have his magic secret sauce. So he shares creative tips on how to get his secret sauce. Okay? Do you want to use that blueprint? All right? The next influencer from TikTok is Remi Bader. Remi Bader. She is a body positive advocate and fashion influencer, okay? Body positive advocate and fashion influencer. What is her blueprint? Her blueprint is empowerment, okay? Her blueprint is empowerment. She basically empowers her followers to embrace their bodies. She wants you to embrace your imperfections and still feel confident, okay? So how can you, as a blueprint, get people to embrace the imperfections of what they're not good at, that you're trying to teach them how to be good at and be confident? Because what we know is, if people beat themselves up, it doesn't matter that you're the expert. It doesn't matter that you have the formula that they can follow. They don't believe they'll be successful. Okay, so that was her blueprint. The next top influencer from TikTok and their blueprint, Donte Colley. Dante is also a dancer. Okay, he's also a dancer. I like his dancing because it's not necessarily formal dancing. He loves to dance in the mirror, all this kind of stuff. But let me tell you what he does as a blueprint. Okay, he too is not selling his performance. He too is not teaching you how to dance. He's selling positivity. Each one of his videos is him dancing with a positive message. Okay, he's spreading positivity and inspiring others using his form of physical expression, but then he gives you the actual communication of a positive message. So do you want to use that as your blueprint? Okay. Now, Dante is Black, but you know, I give you a bonus to have a fifth influencer to make sure we get a Black person in there, because of course we rooting for everybody Black. Okay, anyway, our bonus influencer today is Jasmine. She's known as Jasmine's Garden on TikTok. I love her. Let me tell you, her claim to fame is she's very popular due to her unique content and creativity. Okay, because she's very woo-woo. She do the crystal things, all that. She does tarot readings. You can pay her to do tarot readings. So she's very woo-woo. But her blueprint is that she makes sure, I don't even want to say empower, because I think that empower and empowerment, you lose, is diluted now. Because what she does is she helps you to recognize your power. She brings in relatable topics, everyday topics, relationship topics is big with her, but she's bringing in topics of how you're walking around here feeling less than and how you got the power. Okay, she reminds you of your power, and that's why it resonates with so many people, even those people who aren't really woo-woo, right? Because she says it in very relatable. If you like my personality, you're probably like her personality, is what I'll say. Right? She uses the woo-woo, and she reminds you of your power, but basically she using plain language. You know what I'm saying? She does stuff like hit at the camera and say, I need to clip you in the head because you thought that you weren't great and you are, things like that, right? So that's her blueprint. Now, ladies, let's do a recap, okay? Let's do a quick recap. Charli, she is a dancer. Her blueprint is to use her influence to partner with brands and to promote other things, okay? Bryan, he is a videographer and a photographer known for capturing the essence of other people. His blueprint is to show the behind the scenes of what he does, to give tips on what he does, and to give specific creative insights into his secret sauce, okay? Remi, body positive advocate, fashion influencer. She is doing empowerment. She wants you to embrace the imperfections of your body and be more confident. And basically, she's talking about the fashion that can help you to do that, okay? Dante, he is also a dancer. However, he pairs his physical expression with positive messages. That's his blueprint. Jasmine's Garden, her blueprint is to be woo-woo as fuck, and I do mean AF, okay? But to be very relatable, to remind you of your power, okay? She brings in these everyday problems, especially relationship problems, and she reminds you of how you have the power and reminds you to stop being a nutcase, okay? And express your power, because you have power over yourself, your relationships, and your life, all right? Those were the 5 blueprints. So, Heather, what blueprint are you going to apply to build your influence?
So I had never heard of any of these people other than Jasmine, because I follow her and I think she's amazing. And she's not just woo-woo, she flat out says she's a witch. Right. So like if that's not your thing,
I don't use that, because then what happens is people don't understand the power of bruja. They don't understand that witch is just another type of religion. And when you get down to all religions, they are pretty much the same, including what people was burned in Salem about, or what we think they were, because they wasn't even, that was actually political. But anyway, don't let me get into that.
Anyway, I know.
But let's not go. I don't mention witch.
Okay, so I had never heard of any of these, but when I check them out, I really like Remi's energy and the way she presents herself. And I just watched Dante because he's fine. Anyway, but so I think out of the 4 of them, Remi probably spoke to me the most, just because of the style that she has, like not her personal style in the fashion, because that's not really me, but her personality and the way she presents herself.
Yes.
Way she approaches the material. So
okay, I love that. And so Heather just reminded y'all that you can check out all of these influencers from the blog post. In the blog post, they are hyperlinked to their accounts on whatever platform we're talking about. So the blog post this week is shakehannon.com/blueprint. So if you want to get to know, you've heard me kind of encapsulate what their blueprint is. If you want to go witness the blueprint, you can then click and go to their account, okay? Thank you for that reminder, Heather. Kimberly, you are driving. Do you want to tell us what blueprint you want to follow from the ones we talked about today?
Yeah, So I'm thinking Jasmine, simply because I like to speak. Definitely like, well, I like to speak positivity, and I like to, tell people to just, follow who they are. And so lately, that's what my content has been about: what makes you smile, what makes you, do what you do.
Yes.
And so that's where I'm going. So with the first young lady, Charli, I
Yes.
like her, but she also has a reputation from stealing from Black creators and not crediting them, and that's how she became who she is. But the others, though, I just like the positivity piece of it. Like, I have, my goal is to just try to live that peaceful. I can turn up when I want to if I get mad or angry, but I learned that, in my life, that's not where I want to go. So that's what my blueprint, I think, if I'm saying this right,
Yes,
I'm hoping I'm understanding you correctly. So that's what mine is. So I think, I love that. So.
All right. I love it. I love it.
My great grandmother was a bruja. So.
Okay, brouhaha. And so look, little do we know most of ours were, but okay. At the end of the day, so let's talk about Charli, right? She is one of the creators that's known for seeing great dances and then copying the dances. Now, the great dances that she saw was from Black creators, right? Now, people see stuff and then film themselves doing it without giving credit all the time. All the time. We do it all the time. How many memes have you seen people take out of the meme and just use the words and don't credit where they saw the meme, or don't share it where you can see the original person that they saw it from? So the problem was not that Charli did it. The problem was that TikTok allowed for the people who were copying to get way more influence than the original creators. Even when people were saying, hey, this was this person, or hey, they were tagging them. So the problem was with TikTok. It happens also with this comedian. His name is Jason. Damn it, what's Jason's last name? I forget. But he uses one particular filter to do all of his comedy on there. It's the filter that makes him look like a kid. And so Jason, I forget his name. Jason Banks is his name. Jason Banks Comedy. And so he uses the big head filter to then act like a kid. And this kid is freaking crazy. And his skits are hilarious. He has gone from being one kid to now that kid, and then his friends. So it's three main characters now, and then he shows up as like the dad, and it's crazy, right? But people will copy that big head and use his actual audio. Okay, they're using his audio, so they're giving him credit because they're using his audio, right? Some of the creators have even started atting him, using his at and tagging him, and TikTok will still give them more influence than they give Jason. So the problem is TikTok. But anyway, with Charli, what I want you to look at on the blueprint is the fact that she's doing something she loves. She's not necessarily trying to teach anybody. What she's doing is partnering with people. I get all this influence and all this shine. Do you want me to share it to highlight you? So that's the blueprint. All right.
I appreciate
it. Oh, no problem. No problem, Kim. We just had to explain. Everybody don't know what's going on over there. So we had to explain, since we are talking about TikTok. To Ray, what blueprints are you going to use to build your influence?
I like Charli, not just because she's a dancer, but I like the idea of partnering with other brands. You know what I mean? To me, the whole point of doing video and being seen and being heard, Shawana, and get paid is so that I can advertise to other people who want to partner with me so I can make money. Yes. So to me, that's the whole thing. I like Jasmine's mission, but as a woman, a believer,
faith-based brand.
Yeah, like you can talk to Cheryl and Shawana, they'll probably tell you the same thing. Like we don't follow witches. It's a whole, the Bible describes a whole nother, we don't do that. So
we understand.
I just, that's not what the discussion's about, but we don't do that. So,
Charli, but stick to the question, because we didn't ask you what blueprint you weren't going to use. We asked what blueprint are you going to use?
Right. But yeah, that's all.
So you like Charli. Was there another one?
Yeah, I was saying that I like the idea of what Jasmine's doing, but what I won't do is follow her because of what she represents.
This is not about you following people. So you like the fact that in her blueprint, she connects by showing real problems and reminding you have the power to solve them.
Right.
Yeah, stick with the blueprint. We're not talking about them personally.
Okay.
All right. Demetra, which blueprint are you going to apply to build your influence?
I like the combination of Bryant and Dante. Mainly because I am showing content. At least I'm doing little snippets and videos and photos of what I'm doing in the tutoring studio when I have kids. Sometimes when they're not there, and building positivity. So that's how Dante flips into all of this. So yeah.
Love it, love it. All right, Stacy, which blueprints are you gonna use to apply to build your influence?
Well, the kids were running in here, so I can't remember the names. Sorry, but
no problem.
Influence by partnering, and the last one about showing folks that they have the ability to help themselves. Yes.
Okay, so that was Charli and Jasmine. So no problem. Okay, Dr. LaFera, who are you gonna, what blueprints are you gonna follow or remix to build your influence? And again, y'all, this is a reminder. Look at the overall blueprint, not exactly who the person is working the blueprint. Just know they worked it to perfection, and so can you, Dr. LaFera.
I would say Remi, the body positivity advocate, because we know that women over 40 have body positivity issues. And then I would say the person with the positive messages, Dante, I would have to look at him because I do a lot of the positive messages. I'm trying to figure out how to do them better so that they lead to what I ultimately want to do, which is basically to create, a community of women where, we support each other. And as part of that, I'm the go-to for any digital products I sell or physical products. So I want to use it for that reason. And that's those two are the ones that I think about that I think that I want to use the most. So I'm gonna look at that.
So I'll tell you, you can use video of you doing some of the things that you tell them to do with no audio. And the audio be the positive message along with the text over the video be the positive message, right? So some of your pillars are basically, do things to make yourself look good so that you feel good. That's where lashes come in, right? Then you talk about cooking, like, eat your way to feeling good because food is fuel and medicine. And then now you're talking about collagen and all these things. So you can even film yourself, like right now you film yourself exercising with baby girl, right? And then you'll have a caption. Well, you put some positive messages on there, but you're talking about the video. You can use the same video and come back a month later and talk about just a positive message that has nothing to do with the video. It's just in the video, you're doing one of the pillars of success for being positive. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, yeah. So I love that. You can use pictures of you and your children and then give a positive message about how family can be of support. You can show a picture or you can show a video of you putting on the lashes and talk about how feeling good is to start your day. Feeling good is to have a good day. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you actually have some of the elements already. You just need to put them together in different ways. That's all. And repurpose.
Well,
all right, Glow. If you can't come off the mic, you can put in our in-studio chat, what are the blueprints that you are going to use? And for the benefit of Tracy, Dr. Tachi, and Cheryl, we're going to do a recap, okay? And I want you guys to listen with the intention of pulling from these blueprints what you want to use as a blueprint for your own increased influence, all right? We're talking today, the platform is TikTok, but as you know, We got the influencers from there, but these blueprints will work anywhere. So the first influencer was Charli with an I, and she is a dancer, and she does not sell dancing. She doesn't teach you how to dance. She's not getting people to hire her as a dancer. Instead, her blueprint is to partner with brands to promote other people to her audience that likes to watch her dance, okay? That's her blueprint. The second influencer, Bryant Eslava, he is a photographer and a videographer known for capturing the essence of his subjects, right? And so his blueprint is giving behind the scenes content, giving tips on photography and videography, and showing people the creative insights of his secret sauce. That's his blueprint, okay? Then you got Remi, okay? She's a body positive advocate and a fashion influencer. Her blueprint is all about empowering her followers to embrace their bodies and feel more confident through fashion. All right. Then we got Dante. Dante is a dancer. He's a non-traditional dancer. And he also is not selling you wanting him to dance for you or teaching you how to dance. Instead, he uses his expression of dance to give positive messages. So do you want to use your expression of what you do to give positive messages as a blueprint? As a bonus, our controversial person is Jasmine's Garden. She's very woo-woo, but her blueprint is that she's very unique in her approach. She uses very relatable everyday topics to then remind you have the power to solve these problems, right? So that's her blueprint. So with Glow, you can put your answer in the chat, please. And Tracy, which blueprint are you following from our influencers today?
Good morning. I am all about positivity. So I will look at Remi and Dante to push the positivity of just embracing how you can change your outlook on life by journaling and by just working through what's going on with you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, okay, I see Glow. Glow says she already put it in the comments. I think I didn't know that that's what you meant. But Glow says she loves Jason and Jasmine. So she's talking about Jason Banks, the comedian. So he's not one of the influencers we gave, but she likes Jasmine. And she likes Jasmine's blueprint of the relatable topics and empowering people to solve their own problems. So I like that. Thank you, Glow. Dr. Tachi, which blueprint will you follow to increase your influence?
Good morning. So, I like to try and follow directions, but I don't follow directions. So I have one of the individuals that you have on your list.
Okay.
Then I have some others.
Please share. Come on now. That's why we know it's more than one genius in the room. So please share.
Okay. So I love Roberto Blake. I watch him all the time. And obviously, because I do like the Be More Earth series and teaching people how to use video, that's kind of right up my alley. So YouTubers that are doing that type of thing are the blueprint that I follow. But some of the people that you mentioned, like Charli D'Amelio, of course, master in terms of partnership, she's also on the list for Forbes top 25 creators this year for 2023. I can't remember what she grossed, but she's got that show with her sister. Well, the whole D'Amelio family is on there. So they managed to spin that into other things. So that's great. But then I looked at the top of that list, and who's number one at 82 million? Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast not only does all of that, but he's managed to swing partnerships. He's turned that into his own thing through the burger chain restaurants, swag, etc. So definitely I don't want to do what he does, but in terms of content, but in terms of how he's been able to swing that into other things, that's a great blueprint. Jackie Aina, the same thing. She's a beauty influencer and has managed to, obviously started on YouTube, but has managed to spin that into so many other things, including other platforms. Amber Scholl, same thing. Beauty and DIY influencer, has managed to spin that into other things, including her own jewelry line. Monroe Steele, same thing. And in fact, when we look at the fashion space, a lot of these same influencers have been able to garner attention so that they can get more money. So when you start creating that the content and it gets attention, not only are you able to make all these brand partnerships, but then you're able to partner with other people. So a lot of these influencers, particularly the Black ones, are represented by, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of Kensington Gray, which is one of the top influencer agencies. And so I've seen a lot of them I watch, and I see that, okay, they're represented by Kensington Gray. And because they did this, they're able to get all these great opportunities, like present at Essence Fest, during Fashion Week, etc. And then the last one I have is luxury travel expert. He's great because he's been able to, I don't think he pays a damn thing for travel anymore, and he stays at the Four Seasons. He flies on the most expensive thing on Emirates, and that's because he provides such great value and production quality in his content. You think you're watching the Travel Channel, and he uses his damn phone. So I love his blueprint for how he's been able to take something simple like creating travel videos on his phone and swing it so that he doesn't have to pay for anything again. So those are a few of the individuals. There are way more, but a few of them I look at their blueprint and follow.
Love it. So a few things, Dr. Tachi. One, can you put your list on Facebook so that we know the correct spelling for these people and we can check them out? Number two, I like that you picked Charli and then spent off onto more people who have done what she's done with her blueprint, because basically the blueprint is how do they get the influence to then do all the things that you talked about, right? So I love that you picked Charli and then expounded upon, once they hit that influence using their blueprint, what they then did with it to benefit from the influence. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Tachi. Keep telling y'all it's a lot more genius in the room. There's no question that I'm a genius, but there's also other genius in the room. Cheryl, from the recap, what blueprint do you like that you will want to use towards increasing your influence?
Good morning, everybody. Definitely the photographer. He likes to, teach or it's teaching. As well as doing by example. There's there's two people that I ran into that I have found to be incredibly influencing in my promotion decisions, the way I structure my businesses. And that is Stephen Karras, who is a A-list designer, that he makes it seem so easy. And I am definitely not into the struggling artist, pulling your hair out kind of writer. It's what we make it. And if I decide that I'm going to enjoy the journey, then I'm going to use the tools, and I like to share those with others on how to make it enjoyable. But he's very approachable. At the same time, his boundaries are in place. And it's a wonderful experience dealing with him. The other one is Emily De La Cruz, and she is an influencer, a promoter. You don't really hear a lot about her anymore. You just see her at whatever events, this kind of thing. And she's one of these influencers that she gets the job done, and she gives you the behind the scenes. She gives you the raw story. She's not one of those that is, looking like $1 million, but staying in her parents' basement on a couch. She had her couch days, and she talks you through how she got out of those days into where she is now. And she is like mega. And, that's one of the things that impresses me and that I want to pass on, to my clients, to my, target audience, is that just deal with it. Deal with all of it, because if we don't face what we fear, we never get to where we want to go. It's just not going to happen. And, and so I'm putting things in place. I'm putting together a video series, actually, to kind of chronicle some of the pivots I've had to make during my 20 plus years as an entrepreneur. And so that's it.
Love it. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. So does anybody else have influencers and can identify what their blueprint is that they would like to share? Now, don't just tell us people who have influence. and how they're using it. I want to know what the blueprint is, because that's what we're talking about this week. What is the blueprint?
Good morning,
How
Shay.
do you believe they got their influence? What did you say, Shawana?
I was saying hi, because I didn't tell you that mine was Bryan and Dante.
Shawana, I ain't got to you yet.
Oh, I thought you was wrapping up. I'm looking at the clock. You know, I'm looking.
No. We got 7 whole minutes. You know what we could do in 7 minutes, boo?
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. Kim, you want to say something right quick?
Good morning, Shawana.
I know, right? Shawana, Miss Be Seen, Be Heard, so I can get fucking paid. You is not gonna skip over me. Yeah, Shawana's here, y'all. She back.
Okay, so I just want to add really quick because I'm going into a meeting, but I think Keith Lee, and I think his blueprint is actually helping people, because I think when he goes in and people send him requests to come to their places of business or restaurant, they may come in, and because he has gone in and because of the sphere of influence that he has, so many of those businesses have been able to grow and keep from shutting down. So I'm thinking, like, just if I'm not mistaken, I think the blueprint is to be able to help, use his influence to help people. I don't know if that makes.
And when you get a chance, put his name in the Facebook comments under this broadcast so we can find him. All right. So Shawana has destroyed our last but not least, we saved the best for last introductory, but let's get it. So Shawana, today's influencers are TikTok. That is short form video, right? Tomorrow we're going to talk about YouTube influencers or whatever. So that's all video. That is your area, right? That is Dr. Tachi's area, video. But you more specifically on social media. Now, who are the influencers that have the blueprint that you want to follow to increase your influence? I know primarily video based, and why?
Well, I definitely, when you began to read that list, let me get my purple hair from behind me, because with this cap, it is not giving. It is not giving. I mean,
it really is like you got a purple ponytail.
I know, it was not giving over here, was not giving over here. Part of why y'all even see me in a cap.
See, now you wasting the precious moments.
No, I'm not wasting the precious moments, because I'm going somewhere with this. The whole thing in a story is make sure you get them someplace. Part of the story is because of being and coming back from Mexico and hammering down on my list, so hence the baseball cap, is because a part of that, and even following the other influencers. And what I wanted to say, that part of my two, I did say Bryan and I said Dante. Of course, Bryan, because of the things that he captures and how he does share and give insight and all of those things. Yes, Dante, because of the empowerment. Anybody who know me, y'all know me. I'm all about lifting, and we also lift as we climb and empowering people. But I do have to say, my other person, of course, we know Dr. Tachi killed it with that bomb list, as well as I have to say, you, Shay, because of the things that you're doing, even right here on this platform. I love what you're doing on this platform. It definitely gives us a blueprint if we're not sure, a person who didn't have any idea of how they could navigate their group and behind the scenes and things like that. It is you. So that's part of the reason why, I let y'all see me on camera with this baseball cap, because I did want you to see me say that of what you did, and then coming back to put all of some of those pieces into play. Part of which is, yes, I'm going to my hot yoga because today is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Yes. We done got your template week together.
Yeah. She did that. She did it before you turned in our final thing. I had already, my whole calendar is already done. And to keep myself on track, that is part of what is set for once I get off of here. But yes. So I do have to say that, because I love how he does capture that, because I really do believe that, y'all already know, that is what I do, and I can't help it, to capture and really what people don't see, to allow them to experience themselves and to see themselves in a different light, but also along and marrying that is that empowerment that goes along with capturing people, whether on or offline, in which ultimately, no matter what we do, if those people weren't a part of you thinking about those things, those are the things that make people and resonate with people and make them want to rock with us. So I rest.
Love it. So, again, Friday we did Facebook influencers. Yesterday we did Instagram influencers. Today we did TikTok influencers. Tomorrow we will do YouTube. However, what I want you to do is pay attention to all of the blueprints, because you can use, that's why we're getting down to the generalities of what the blueprint is, so that you can now use these elements of their blueprints anywhere. The platform that you choose should be where you shine and where you can be consistent and where your people are looking for you, okay? Where they'll pay attention to you. If you use those 3 things, this is going to help you to build your influence. Now you're pulling in these different blueprints and elements of blueprints to create your own blueprint. And as you become successful, what you'll do is share your blueprint, right? So that's what we are doing. Stacy said, is there a special app to use to get text over video? So there are different apps that you can use. I use Video.io. Let me see, Video.io. I think that's it. Let me double check. But you can use different things. Yes, that's correct. Vid.io. And what it does is, yep, I love CapCut too. So I think between CapCut and Video.io, you can do what you need to do. Because not only can you put text over the video, but with both of those, you can pull in the captions or the transcription to go across the screen also, Stacy. So they have free versions. Of course, free is always limited. You might not be able to do enough to do a full content plan. But Shawana, you were coming off the mic?
Yeah, I was going to ask it because who asked that question?
Stacy asked.
Stacy, if you're on Instagram, and that's for anybody, if you're on Instagram, if you're the person that said what you said, there is, when you go in there, instead of picking like a GIF of some sort, you can touch caption and it will start to generate the things that you say. So even play around with that. Remember, you don't have to publish anything. You could just save it to your draft just to start playing with that. So check out even Instagram and over in Facebook. They have a caption. So if you should just test it, like say something and then put it in there just so you can see your words begin to generate right on the screen. So yeah, them things that you're already using. So check that out too. That was it.
Thank you.
Awesome. I love it. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Does anybody have a question before we get out of here? Whether it be about the blueprints we talked about thus far and how you're going to apply them, whether it be about the Facebook ones from Monday, the Instagram ones from yesterday, or the TikTok ones from today. Anybody have a question or a question about business, period, in general? It is last call for alcohol as we are at the 9 o'clock hour. All right, ladies, well, that was great because got stuff to do today. So I appreciate y'all. So we'll be back on tomorrow.